Well, I thought I would start vlogging because I've been writing a lot, but I write to myself. I've been journaling, and I started journaling pretty religiously about 3 or 4 months ago, I suppose now, maybe 3 months ago, just before my 28th birthday, because I just realised there was so much in my head, too much, and it was overflowing horribly. And I started journaling every morning, just a couple of pages, like the morning pages in The Artist's Way, if any of you have heard of that. And I found it very, very healing, very healing. Anyway, fast forward to recently, and I'm still journaling, I'm still writing in my diary every day, and it's a really cathartic experience when you're just doing it for yourself. You know, you're not writing to impress, you're not writing to showcase your literary talents to the world, you're just doing it for your own personal whatever. And I wanted to start to voice and share some of my experiences. So the tagline of my recent diary entries has been Heartbreak Hotel. Like the Elvis song, it's a banger. And the reason is because I fled in a moment of shock, I think is the word. I was just in a bit of, a state of shock. And I was in such a state of shock that I wasn't thinking, of course. I think when you're in shock, you just don't think. And I grabbed my backpack. I grabbed my laptop because I think there was still a tiny thought in my head thinking, A, I'm going to need to work, and B, I'm probably going to need to plunge myself into Netflix. So I grabbed my laptop and I grabbed a wad of cash, which was next to my passport, funnily enough. So I probably wouldn't have grabbed my passport if it wasn't there, but I did. And I left as quickly as I could. I didn't even pack shoes. I didn't wear shoes. I haven't been wearing shoes for days. And I have been in this dress and these pants since I left. I've washed my pants daily. It's something my mum taught me. Always wear clean knickers. But no, the dress hasn't been washed. I smell it daily just to see if it smells, and it actually hasn't been smelling bad, so I've justified not washing it. That being said, today I thought I'd better wash the dress. I'll probably wash it tonight and then I can hang it out so it's clean for tomorrow, which coincidentally is Christmas Day. It's now Christmas Eve, it's the 24th of December 2021, and I've been at my Heartbreak Hotel for a few days now. I didn't come straight here. The first place I went to was a hotel I went to previously when I needed to get out of my home. But it was really expensive. It's a really nice place, but I couldn't justify staying there for more than one night, to be honest. The last time I stayed, they gave me a pretty good discount, but because it's the Christmas season, they couldn't really offer it, which I respected and understood. But I stayed there for one night, and it was really nice. And then I checked into another place, which looked really nice online, but actually was just a bit basic and not worth it. And too full of Russian tourists and bad music playing all day and overpriced drinks. So I chose this place, which I'd actually passed a few times driving to the top end of the island where I'm currently residing, Koh Phangan. But I never really knew what it was. But I found it online. It was actually one of the cheapest options, and I thought, whatever, let's see. Let's just see. And it's probably one of the most beautiful places I've stayed in Thailand. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not just saying that to make myself feel better. It is breathtaking. And there's a cat that's going to join me. Hey, cat. This cat. I wonder if she'll let me pick him up. I don't want to scare him. I'm going to let him sniff out the area. Hello, ginger cat. Anyway, so I came here, had to drive up a bit of a hill, and I was a bit worried, thinking, oh god, I'm not very good at driving up hills, but I did it. Drove up the hill, and it's situated at the northern tip of the island, overlooking the bay, which is just miles and miles of ocean. It is just vast. You know, it's just blue ocean. And, you know, the coastline is gorgeous. It's all very rocky, you know, a few little wooden huts dotted here and there, but in general it's really, really pristine and picturesque. And the resort itself is, it's like a beautiful garden. It's a really lovely garden. There are cats, there are chickens. Not many guests here actually, just a few guests staying. And it's really, really sweet. And the name is Utopia. Utopia, which is Greek in origin, but it means safe space. Safe space. So I'm in my safe space, and what's really lovely is that they give you a very delicious breakfast, very accommodating for the vegans. Big plate of fruit as well, tea, coffee, juice. The room has its own Wi-Fi dongle, which is perfect for me because I'm like, I need to teach. So I've been able to talk to my students. I haven't had many this week, but that's okay. It's been a bit of a blessing in disguise, I suppose. Sometimes it's good for me to just plunge into work, but other times it's good to just have some time to be. And yeah, I've just been in absolute solitude, more so than I was when I went to Bangkok a few weeks ago. I was in the city for a few weeks, and I claimed that was solitude, and it was. I didn't really see anyone for like 2 weeks. I saw like one friend at the end of my trip and one friend at the beginning of my trip, and that was it. I just needed time to really like get into a routine with myself and get into a daily writing practice and small silly practices like downing a litre of water every morning before I had coffee and going for like a daily walk of 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Just really simple stuff that I know doesn't sound like particularly more cats particularly life-changing, but actually these little things do get you back on balance again. So by the time I left Bangkok and came back to the island, I was actually feeling better than I had done in probably about 18 months. Felt really good. But lo and behold, very quickly, old habits, old patterns kind of seem to reoccur, and most of it's me. Most of it's my stuff that I still need to work on. Put my hands up there. Radical responsibility. These are my choices, and these are the consequences. Anyway, the point is that I've been here for 4 days, coming up to 5 days now. It's Christmas Day tomorrow. I'm in the most beautiful spot. I don't have like any belongings. I have no phones either. I left everything. I don't even have a phone, which has been so liberating. So liberating. I know people might worry for a minute, but at the end of the day, everyone's got their own shit to worry about. So, anyway, I guess the interesting thing is I'm now trying to figure out what to do next. Whether to go home to my love and probably repeat the same patterns, or whether to take a leap of faith and go on my next adventure. Now, with both comes a lot of pros and a lot of cons, but it's so difficult trying to decide what to do. I'm in love. I'm in a love. You know, I'm in it. And that is like a whole new experience when you're like properly in something. That, you know, is challenging as hell. And sometimes, but when you're in it, it's like, it's love, isn't it? It's the greatest force in the universe. And I even wrote down today that like I'm in a love that I don't even think is humanly possible to explain in human words. It makes no sense sometimes, but you know. But I'm also fully aware that I've got so many things that I need to figure out, and I don't know if I can do that here in the love. I want to be able to, because I know that we don't have to be perfect to enter into a relationship. We don't have to have all of our shit figured out to, you know, be in a relationship. That's not how life goes. You don't have to be perfectly sane and perfectly like, oh, I'm a really balanced human with everything figured out in order to like love. But at the same time, it's like when like I've witnessed myself just go, ooh, like during the time I've been here. But also like up here I've witnessed myself learn and grow like that. So it's been like, whoa, two kind of like conflicting directions. It's been testing, let's just say it's been testing, but this cat is so cute. I want to show you him or her. Do you reckon he'll let me pick him? Hey, you. Okay. Do you want to come say hi? No? Do you want to come say hi? No? Look at the girl cat. No, girl ginger cat. You don't need it. Do you want to come say hi? No? Okay. I don't think she was going to say. Anyway. Ramblings, musings. So I will say quickly that the plan B that I'm thinking. Okay, there's 3 plans. There's plan A, plan B, plan C at the moment. Plan A is to suck it up and go home and just love. Just love and try to forgive and forget and just love and be in a team, in a couple, and enjoy Christmas and swallow anything that I don't like and just deal with it and try that. Plan B is just to stay here in my little utopia and just stay here. Plan C is to take the leap of faith and to book a flight to Kathmandu, which out of the options I was looking at seemed like, you know, probably the best option for me, because accommodation is like £1 a night. So I was talking to my mum about it and I was like, I could fly to Kathmandu and technically on like the very small pot of savings I have, I could just live there for like ages and not work. I could just stay in Kathmandu. And I've always wanted to go to Kathmandu. It's Nepal. How freaking cool would that be? Somewhere completely new, somewhere completely different. So that's an option. but that's extreme. I know it's extreme. It's extreme to literally just like pack up and leave the love of my life and my paradise island and the whole life I've built and all the friendships I've made over the last 2 years. One thing I will say though is that this place where I'm staying is pure love, because as I said, I've got no shoes. They've noticed that I've got no shoes. About 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, let's say. Look what I just saw on my doorstep. A pair of shoes. They gave me a pair of shoes because I had no shoes and I've been walking barefoot for 4 days. They gave me a pair of shoes. So, yeah, there is goodness in this situation. There is goodness. There is goodness in my life. There is so much goodness. I am so lucky. I know that. I am so lucky. Even when things are really testing and I'm sad and it's hard, I am such a fortunate human being, and every day I have a gratitude practice. Every day, and it's paying off. Because when you acknowledge all the things that you are thankful for, everything from waking up in the morning to the smell of coffee to the fact that I write in my diary every day and that helps, to the fact that I've got, you know, a mum who is there to talk to me every day, the beautiful friendships in the world, the fact that I don't hate my body one morning, like anything to be thankful for, I write it down. And today I'm thankful for just the kindness of the people and the love of the people in the place I'm staying. I am thankful for just how stunningly beautiful it is. And I'm also thankful for New Girl on Netflix and binge watching that shit and how it's keeping me sane and smiling. So, yeah, over and out. First vlog.